Welcome to part 2 of the Hadhafang inspired sword build. In this part I'll finish all the handle, I'll do all the bevels, all the polishing of the blade, engraving on the handle, and we'll finish off the build. Well, here's a problem. Start chiseling and just here there's a crack and that piece there wants to split off, as you can see back here. So I won't be using that piece. So on second thoughts, I found this piece of yew, English yew. It's got some nice grain in it. Maybe I should use that. I don't think Arwen ran around the tropical African woods, so yew might be more appropriate, so I'll have another go. Well, I started chiseling and found it was too much hassle. So I used this Dremel thing with that head on it to carve down inside here, 5mm down, so that when I put it together it will be in the middle. So the center line is actually 2.5mm down from the top there, so that the cut is so that it's right in the middle. And then it'll be like that inside. I'll drill some holes in this so that when I araldite epoxy in here, the epoxy will move through the steel and hold it. And then I will get this piece, it'll be araldited like that on, and then I'll have to do a lot of shaping. But before, so I've got to glue this together now with some wood glue, and then I have to start shaping, beveling the blade. So let's carry on. Carry on doing some filing. I'm using a finer file here, just changing from this steel finish when it comes out of the rolling mill to the start of a finish that I can then sand down. It's worth taking the time and getting all the scratches out and the original surface texture, because if you leave that there, it'll come back and haunt you, because you'll be able to see it later through all your sanding. So a lot more sanding to do, just to keep at it. So I've done all the shaping. I think the filing is how I want it. All I've used is all these files here to get the shape that I want. I've then taken some 80 grit sandpaper here, this piece, and I've then started on this side here to get it to the shape I want. So I'm going to carry on now and do that side, get to this, and then move on up through the grids. So I've now done 80 grit, 120, 220, and it's starting to look quite nice. Next I'll do 400, 600, 1200, 3000, 5000, 7000, and we'll see where it is from there. So we'll keep going. So the handle is, I've glued the two pieces together, so I'm going to now, I just push it on here to see how it fits. Still fits. I'm now going to use this on my drill to actually shape it, because I was going to use my dragon's teeth here, but I can't really hold this in a vise very well when I'm doing it, so I'm just going to go straight to using the sounder. Bit of a problem here, happens from time to time. Someone wasn't very good at measuring and didn't spot that, namely me. So I think what I might do is shape this off so it's not as elliptical on the bottom, and see where we go, see if we can get out of this hole. So the bottom, I've taken more off here. I've taken some off the brass so that it actually now fits. I've sanded down the rest of the handle. So I've also taken the shine off this because I didn't like the shine. So if we slide that on like that, and then we slide the handle on. What I then did was I cut out another piece of brass and then sanded all the handle. So this is the handle now. So the end here, problem solved by just sanding that all around here, and it's not too noticeable. So what I need to do now is I need to seal this, the handle. I need to finish all my sanding on the blade. When the blade's sanded, I'll then epoxy all this back together, and then we'll be nearly done. I've got some 5-minute epoxy here, so I'm just going to mix it up really quick. I've finished sanding the blade. I've covered the ends of the handle with masking tape, and I've covered the brass end piece, guard piece, with masking tape. I've cleaned the tang and the brass piece with a nail varnish remover. So I'm now just going to put some of this epoxy inside here so it gets kind of pushed down. Maybe I've made enough, maybe I haven't. I'm just going to put some around the top, stick the brass piece on, and the rest I'll push in like that. What I'll also do is, I probably haven't cut enough, but I'll put some in here. I don't think I have made enough actually, have I? No. What I might do is quickly, there's the resin. I'm sure I've only used 1 minute. And there's the hardener. What did they do before that? This. Right, I've probably made too much now. Right, so let's just put some more inside down in here so that all gets pushed down. Last thing I want is for the tang to be loose. Looks nice and shiny where you get this on. I've seen people cover tables and use it like instead of varnish. It always looks really nice. Right, here we go. There's that brass piece. Here we go, and that was probably a bad idea because I'm now going to get, oh dear, I'm now going to get, shouldn't have done that, wipe that off because it's just going to put epoxy on my brass piece. Right, I slide your brass piece on here like that, then I'll slide this on here. I can feel it going inside like that. Push it down, get my piece of kitchen towel and wipe it around there, push it down, I've pushed it on as far as I can without getting... Ah, dear. Am I stupid? Right, it's epoxy on the handle. Right, what we'll then do is check that looks all nice, which it does. I'll put it in here like this to keep it still, and then wait a bit. So here's the final sword. It's starting to look nice now. Well, this is a sunny day, everything looks nice on a sunny day. I like the grain down the side here. So it turned out quite well. You can still see my join, but I'm not worried too much. I put a little brass piece of that brass rod at the bottom. This piece here didn't turn out too bad. I like these little hooks. They came out really well, and the spine here came out really well. And this hook, so I'm really pleased with it. So basically, you start off with some raw materials, piece of steel, piece of wood, and a piece of brass plate. And from those, with a bit of perseverance, keeping at it, I started that sword 3 days ago. So you just need to keep a bit of perseverance. You wouldn't think when you start, the problem is you look at your piece of steel and you think that's a bit daunting, but once you get into it you realise it's not impossible. Hacksaw, files, sandpaper, and just keep at it and you can make something really nice. So thanks for watching. It's been really enjoyable making that, and I hope my daughter enjoys it. Okay, thanks for watching.